Wednesday and welcome to today's live tarot session. I'm the Urban Seer. Anyone watching the replay, I go live Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. So be sure to join the tarot community and just bring your question and receive a free reading. Hey to everyone in the chat. Again, anyone new here, just drop your like number in the chat. And just hold your question and wait to be called. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? I believe Jean is first. Jean, if you're here, my dear, if you want to kick us off with your question. Anyone wanting something more in depth? The link is in the pinned comment for 357 card readings. Anyone who would like a personal private reading, you can find also in that same link as well, just in the pinned comment. So guys, just hold your questions until you call. Thank you. Just to keep the chat clear. All I need is your like number. And just checking, I know Jean sometimes is working while she's here, so I'll give her one last shout out, Jean. She's maybe not here, so we'll start with Divyansha then, who's next on the list. And Divyansha, and today for anyone interested, I'm using my holographic Rider-Waite tarot deck today. Divyansha asks, what is coming towards me in love? Staying single since December 22. Sure thing, Divyansha, let's see. Oh, thank you, Janavi. Janavi, my unofficial moderator with her amazing list, has entered the chat. How is everyone's week so far as well? Pop that in the chat, let me know. But Divyansha, this is for you. What's coming towards you in love? Let's see what the cards have to say. Spirit, please bring a message through. Oh, jumping. Ah, there is a love offering coming through, Divyansha. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, tangible offers. Can see here, it's very reflective actually. I hope you can still see that. I'll just adjust my light a little bit. Does that help? No. So Ace of Pentacles, like I say, new beginnings, an offer coming through to you. This holds a lot of potential for you, Divyansha. Now, with it being Pentacles, what first came through to me as well was that you could meet someone, this person, through work, through study, through some practical endeavour. Okay, I feel like that's where this person is going to come through from. But it really has come through with a very clear answer for you, Divyansha. There is someone coming forward to you with an offering of love. This offering has potential. Also, Pentacles is about longevity and consistency, so it does have the potential. This is like a stable energy, a genuine energy. It's not coming in and out fast, okay? I'm going to switch up the cards because for some reason the reflection is just too strong today on that. The lighting is playing with me. So I'm going to switch over to the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Hey Aqua, absolutely make the list. Just hold your question until you're called. If you just check the pinned comment. Priya, just pop your question in the chat, please. So just so everyone can see Janavi's list there that she's kindly put together for us. We have Priya and then we have Danny Baby. So Priya, just pop your question in the chat, please. So Priya asks, what is going on between Ankita and Sandeep? So is this a love question, Priya? Is this a love relationship between Ankita and Sandeep, potentially? Just give me some more context, guys. The more detail that you can give me with your question, the better reading that you'll receive, okay? So Priya says, Ankita was my ex-boss and Sandeep was my ex-best friend. So is this, what's the relationship between them that we're looking at? What is it that you're wanting to know? Guys, just remember that I'm an energy reader as well, so I don't do yes/no questions. I look at the energy between you and a person, you and a situation. Like I say, the more context and detail that you can give me, the more personalized reading, the more personalized reading that you'll receive, okay? So this is love, Priya. Just give me more information, okay? From what you've given me, it's not really enough to go on. Hold your questions until you call. Just refer to the pinned comment. Thanks, guys. Anyone new here? So you're not in contact with them anymore. It's not a love situation. But you're wanting to know what's going on between them, their relationship. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Like I say, I feel like I'm missing some elements of the picture here. About what it is, what you want to know or why you want to know it, Priya. Okay. So Priya asks, I want to know how their relationship of boss and employee is going. So the King of Wands has come through. King of Wands is... So I believe this is the boss in the situation. The boss. This is very boss energy that has come through. The King of Wands is someone who is dynamic. It's ruled by the element of fire. So it's the energy that I pick up on, like I say, it's kind of unclear what you're wanting to dig into this for, Priya. But that this King of Wands, or say it be Queen, you know, it doesn't really matter here, that they're very much still, you know, in control of the situation, that they are managing in this way. I mean, it's not all bad when we see the King of Wands. This is someone who has the power to inspire others and is a natural born leader, is charismatic, can be overbearing, I would say, at times, because they are fiery, because they are so driven, ambitious. You can see how stern they are looking, so they are holding their position very strongly, and I would say that they would want things done their way. And like say, ruling in a fiery way, so that being very driven, asking quite a lot from employees as well. They have high standards and they expect you to reach those standards with you as well. But I do kind of get the feeling that they're also working hard. So it's not just, you know, some managers can sit back and be quite lazy and not kind of join you in the trenches. This person is really kind of more with you, but still very much making you aware that they're the one who's in control, that they're the one, they're the boss, yeah, and they won't let you kind of forget that. So I imagine that it swings from being an overbearing kind of a boss, but also at the same time, they still do have the power to inspire their employees. So I hope that answers your question, Priya. Danny baby, are you here, my dear? Danny baby, maybe not. I know that often she gets pulled away. Danny Carmona. No problem, Priya. So Danny asks, this guy named Alex follows me on Instagram. I was just curious if he's interested in me as more than a friend. Let's take a look. Interesting. The High Priestess. So this card, the High Priestess, Danny, is all about intuition. Look, interestingly, there's a computer here as well, a laptop, just because this is kind of an online connection. I feel like it's almost overrided their energy. Actually, I feel like here they are. This is their energy. Two of Wands. They're on a device as well. Two of Wands is about, can you see them sort of looking out with an interest, sort of contemplating. Wands is ruled by the element of fire, is ruled, which rules our kind of our heart's desires and our passions, yeah? So I think that's part of why, you know, say that they're open to that online. Yeah. And that you and maybe other people to them, they do kind of search online and almost search for people, I suppose, where there's an attraction there or to have a spark. Like they do use online for that. But I also think this message has come through for you, Danny, about this need to trust your intuition, and to kind of act on that and lean into that a bit more. The High Priestess is a master of listening to her intuition and that inner voice that guides you. And maybe that you're questioning as well about if someone likes you, if someone is drawn to you. But you've kind of got a sixth sense with this, Danny, as well. An ability to kind of know if that's why someone is reaching out to you, or if that's what if there's that energy between you and a person. And I feel like there's something here, this message has come through, yeah, to lean into that a bit more and begin to just kind of experiment with trusting that and see how that feels. But this is their energy, so I would say that there isn't a strong message because I don't feel like there's a strong connection here as yet. But what I'm seeing more is that this person, so this Alex, is open to it, is what I'm receiving the message, is open to meeting people online. Thanks, Janavi, and thank you, Anne. So Anne asks, does Maxwell view me as his anchor? Well, that's an interesting question. He is your special person. So let's see how Maxwell views you, Anne, and that will give us insight and guidance. You're welcome, Danny. How does Maxwell view Anne, please, Spirit? So Two of Swords, Anne. I think they view you, and the Four of Pentacles here. I'm going to take this as well. Four of Pentacles, they do see that you offer stability. Whenever we see a four, that represents some kind of stability and a strong foundation. Now, also what's come through, interestingly, is this Two of Swords. And which is that they are feeling indecisive about something. So it could be this connection. Can you see how they're at some kind of crossroads? This is influencing their behavior towards you. This is, so like I say, at a crossroads in a certain way. Now, this could be external issues outside of this connection that is kind of consuming them and consuming their mental space. Or it can be with this union and maybe how to move forward with it, and they're feeling conflicted. Now, what they need to do is kind of jump one way or the other. The angst and the indecision is the painful aspect of this sort of journey where they're at. And in order to make their decision, they need to go within and they need to trust their intuition. I'm glad this makes sense, and if this resonates for you. So yeah, this is influencing their behavior towards you. This is current energies, they will obviously make one decision one way or the other, but this is kind of at the forefront of their energy of what's come through. They do see you as this Four of Pentacles though, so when you say do they see you as an anchor, you do represent some kind of stability, but they are in some kind of conflict. So I think I've just answered that, Anne, for you there. So like I say, you do represent stability. Hey Danny baby, if you just want to pop your question in the chat. And then we have Jean, and then we have Anne. So you're very welcome. So you do represent stability, security, or if you wanted to describe it, like you say, as an anchor, that kind of grounding energy. Maybe in the midst of the confusion, that he is experiencing, absolutely, at this crossroads. So Danny baby, pop your question in the chat. Any message from Spirit, please, says Danny baby. Sure thing. Message for Danny baby, please, Spirit. King of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like this is someone, so take this as it resonates, Danny, current energies or near future coming in, okay? King of Pentacles, it's a good energy, okay? It is someone, hold on, I've just got a spammer guy. Okay, I've muted Travis. Got a hater in the chat. Keeping the vibes high. Moving on. So Danny baby, King of Pentacles. Earth energy with this, okay? Someone who offers some kind of stability, who is financially secure, they're a hard worker, they are worldly wise. There can be a bit of ego here as well, but that's nothing overwhelming. But they can almost come across even initially as maybe kind of cocky, arrogant. But like I say, that's almost just a front, I feel like, because they're a little bit, despite being very successful, they're a little bit worried about how they're perceived. And I feel like this is someone who's coming in to offer you something, to bring what they've built, again, to bring into your world, Danny. It could be romantic or it can be work, career natured, because with it being Pentacles. So take what resonates with that. See if you recognize this person's energy in your field already, or it could be someone new coming in the future for you. But it feels positive, it feels interesting. I feel like this would be kind of a slow burn of a connection as well. This isn't someone who would rush in, even if it's not romantic of nature, if it's business. It's a slow burn kind of energy. So, Jean, you are next, my dear. Hey, Annika. Hey, Victoria. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, we've got Jean and then we've got Unicorn. If you want to post your questions. Danny says, I don't know who this is. Could be 5 different people. Well, that's good that it could be numerous people for it to be. Maybe it's the person that's going to invest in my business. It will certainly become clear, Danny, who this is. Look out for those characteristics that are mentioned. Kind of a more quieter character, bringing earth energy, like I mentioned, a stability with them. It'll be a good influence anyway. It'll be someone who will bring something positive. So Jean asks, whatever I need to know. A message for Jean, please, Spirit. Oh, and a king for you, Jean. 2 king, like we just had a king for Danny, now we've got a king for you. King of Cups. I feel like this is someone you already know. King of Cups is ruled by the element of water, so there can be a water sign or have that strong in their chart. I feel like this is romantic by nature, Jean. So this can be someone who you're reconnecting with. I feel like I said that it is someone that you already know. So from someone from the past maybe, or someone that you're in communication with already. And they're interested, okay? They're curious about where this connection can go. And it's nice because it's king energy as well, which is that they have a mature energy with them when they kind of enter into connections. It's not something that they do lightly. So when they move forward, you know, like I say, they've kind of been through their own lived life, you know, and have been through experiences. So they haven't got rose-coloured glasses on or kind of unrealistic about when entering into a connection. They, yeah, do kind of are quite serious about it when they do move forward with this. Quite a reserved character, sensitivity to them that always the King of Cups brings. So like I say, this could be, tell what resonates. If this is someone who you recognise, or it can be someone, you know, if you recognise those qualities, or it can be someone so that you're in communication with now, or coming back into connection with you from the past. Thanks, Janavi, for keeping us updated. Unicorn asks, what does the universe want me to know right now? got quite a lot of, I feel like love is in the air today. There's a lot of kind of romantic connections coming through, because we have the Two of Cups for you, Unicorn, which is about a connection coming through. Two of Cups is really the card that talks about soulmate energy. Again, tell you what resonates with this, if it's current energy or near future, can be coming in for you near future. But this is a deepening of an existing connection, or it's somewhat, if you're single, not in union with anyone, this is someone new coming through, and there is potential here for a very deep connection. Okay, Unicorn, whenever we see the Two of Cups, it's like I say, it brings soulmate energy. There is a mirroring happening here of, you know, this person is offering love and that person is offering love. It is reciprocal, it's mutual. So if you're in a union, it can be the deepening of this connection. Or like I said, if you're single, then this is a meeting coming through. Has a lot of potential, this, you know, soulmate energy. So powerful, a powerful connection. And a mutually powerful connection. I very much feel like it's mirrored the depth of feeling with this card. So Tia Bia, if you're here, and Christine Aldridge. If you want to pop your questions in the chat, please, if you're still here. Anyone who would like a more in-depth reading, the link is in the pinned comment. 3, 5 or 7 card readings, and this also gives you a Q jump. Hey Tia, I hope you're well. Pop your question in the chat. So Tia asks, is there a future for me and Jay the Leo? Let's have a look. Spirit, is there a future for Tia and Jay? Oh my goodness. Yes, there is. 4 of Wands. This is actually the card of marriage. Just have to put that out there. But if not marriage, then certainly a higher level of commitment. Like I mentioned earlier, 4s are all about stability, about building a strong foundation, longevity. So whatever you're going through now, T, if there are difficulties or if it's slow moving, this, you know, Spirit has come through with a very strong message to say that this relationship does have a future. It's also a card of celebration. So you're moving towards, it's like a celebration of reaching some kind of milestone when we see this card as well. So about, and the celebration and the milestone being that higher level of commitment, and however that manifests for you both. It could just be a declaration, could be moving in together, or, you know, further down the line could indeed be marriage. So beautiful energy that's come there for you. More strong love messages today for everyone, which is really nice. You needed to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad that reassured you, Tia. Christine Aldridge, if you are here, my love, please post your question. If not, we have, or Sunice, if you want to Pop your question in the chat. As well, if you're here, you'll be after Christine. Tia says I was about to walk away. Wow, okay. Well, Spirit certainly brought through a strong message there for you, Tia. Okay, so I don't think Christine's here. So thank you, Sunice. Sunice asks, what is coming towards me in love? You are single. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, Sunice. So first of all, I just want to clarify if this is your energy or if this is someone else's energy. That popped out. So this is, it doesn't matter with regards to it being a queen, okay, Sunice, this is genderless. But the Queen of Pentacles is, I believe this is, so if you recognize this, these characteristics, this is the characteristics of the next person where there's going to be love connection. Queen of Pentacles being someone who is very worldly wise, is savvy, they are an excellent kind of multitasker. They are an energy that you can rely on, which is really nice to see. When this person comes through in love or in any area really, this is someone who you really want in your life and want on your side. Okay? Again, it can be that you, because it's Pentacles, you could meet them through work or through study. It always comes with a message with this as well. But they've got a very calm energy is what I feel as well. That's first what you're hit with when you are connecting with this person. They have this inner calm. So they're very centered. They are someone who isn't easily ruffled. So yeah, they just come through with a very beautiful calm energy, and that could bring in turn, I feel like, calm you and reassure you. If you have a tendency to maybe be more a highly strung person or have anxiety, it's that kind of person who just chills you out just being around them. Because this Seven of Wands came through as well, which I feel like is more your energy about maybe through what's happened in love or through life experience that you feel quite defensive. This is someone who's really had to fight for their corner and been love interests maybe pushing you to be someone that you're not, feeling kind of cornered or controlled, constricted by love relationships in the past. So this could be a specific person or it could be different connections that you've had, but it's left you feeling in kind of a defensive place, very understandably, and very guarded. And this person's calm energy and complete sort of lack of pushiness in a way will resonate with you and allow you to really kind of open up, Sunny. So they bring a lovely, I really pick up a very lovely energy from this person. So something to look forward to. Like I say, you might recognize it. A connection that will, maybe a friendship that will deepen into love, or if you don't, then this is someone new coming through. So Letkaman asks, does Victor feel I am the one? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Victor's feelings towards you, Helena. So I don't do yes/no questions, but I'm an energy reader, so I can certainly look at the energy between you and a person, you and a situation, and this gives us insight and guidance to where they're at. Okay, so they are reflecting on this connection, Letkaman, okay? This is someone who is, I see them planning for, they are looking to the future, and you are a part of that, Helena, okay? But I feel like they're almost, this could be their personality by nature as well, that they're quite strategic. And this energy of this card is, like I said, sort of making an assessment, almost being analytical about, on a practical level, maybe how this would work as well. That can be a factor that they are taking into consideration. It's not very romantic, if you know what I mean, in their approach. It's not that they don't feel romantically for you, but they could be very practical by nature, or someone who is naturally ruled by their head more than their heart. And so they're looking back on how far you've come and really assessing what works, what doesn't, and almost weighing up about the future. So there is some indecision here to an extent, okay? But they are the sort of good thing to take away from this for you. This isn't negative reading anyway, but they are thinking about the future and how that would look with you. But they're not both feet in kind of energy. It's not locked in that this is, I don't think they're locked in with anyone, but they are thinking about you and contemplating you in the future. But yes, not they're still in that process of almost weighing up options and if they think this would really work. So if you've had difficulties or differences that you're aware of maybe, but they are someone who I feel like is more, comes from their, they're ruled by their head rather than their heart. So next we have, so Naresh, if you're, I don't think you're here. See, Janavi's giving you a call, but I'll just say, Naresh, if you're here. Thanks, Aqua, for your question. I'll read for you if we don't hear from Naresh. No, okay. So Aqua asks, anything that I need to know in general. Okay. Please bring a message through for Aqua Spirit. What do they need to know? Aqua, so options, choices, 7 of Cups. I love this card actually. Got the little witch's hat on there. So you could be faced with a decision, Aqua. It might be happening now, or it can be coming through in the near future. There are lots of options laid out before you, okay, containing different opportunities. And whatever that focus might be for you, Aqua, okay? So it can be, if your focus is relationships, this could be different people. If it's job opportunities, it could be that. Or different, even just different life paths, okay? But you will be faced with a decision. Like I say, this could be happening now, or it can be happening in the near future. Now, the advice with this card, okay, number one, it's really nice to have options and to have choices. The second is to be mindful not to be overwhelmed. And the way to through this, to navigate this, to make the right decision, is to be mindful not to get caught up in illusion. That's what this card brings the message of. So if something kind of sounds too good to be true, then it probably is, yeah? Or if there's a situation or person, place or thing, take what resonates, that it's almost like that you feel like maybe you should do as well, like that, or that's the right step to take, but there's something about it that just doesn't sit right, doesn't feel right, doesn't make your heart sing, doesn't resonate with your soul path, then listen to that, okay? It's important for you to make this move to go with what your heart is telling you, and to not to be swept away or to be blinded by some kind of illusion that will be going on and part of this, okay? So interesting energy there, Aqua. Thank you, Janavi, for the updated list, and I believe you are next. So Janavi asks, I want to know when Akshay would contact me, but since timing is not possible, energy around when he could contact me. Sure thing. I'm going to take that fell. Two of Swords, indecision. Nine of Swords, anxious, worrying. This could be them, or this can be your energy as well, Janavi, keeping you up at night. I'm going to specifically ask, because it's telling me where he's at, okay? Spirit, please. Because this is telling me that he's still stuck. He's at a crossroads. It's on his mind. It's giving him worry. He's stressing about it. Is this coming soon? Or is this going to take a while, Spirit? Yeah, we've had a lot of indecision from him, haven't we? You're not Nine of Swords. Okay, that's him then. Okay, so Knight of Cups, it's come through. This is him coming through with the offer. It will come through. Nine of Wands, feeling kind of weary, battle worn, but wants to go in for another round and see this out. I mean, you can take it very literally with timelines and say 2 was the first card that came through, so that can be 2 weeks, 2 months. But as you know, I don't really do timelines. But what I would say, I suppose the biggest takeaway, Janavi, is that this Knight of Cups is that it will come through. This Knight of Cups is, as we know, is a love offer. Pisces energy, so it can be Pisces season, which is March. But I don't want to just kind of guess timelines. Really, all I can read is that at the moment he is still stuck. It is on his mind. It is called a synonym stress and worry. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is I suppose it's given us a clear answer that it will come through. In the meantime, you just need to lean into your Empress energy. Yeah, so if we take the Two of Swords with Pisces season, like you say, with the combination of both these cards, 2 months did come to mind. Like I say, I don't read timelines, but I also don't tune out any messages that do come through. So that's as clear as it's going to give us. Told us where he's at. We'll say 2-month timeline, and this Knight of Cups that's for certain, that's for guarantee, that the offer is coming through. And Janavi says, yes, I've started to be in my Empress energy. That's what you can do in the meantime, which is great to hear that you're able to do that. So just hold your questions. Just all I need is your like number. You will be added to the list. So just hold your questions until you're called. Thank you. So next up we have, oh, I'm gonna make a mess of this name. Hayoti. Sorry if I've absolutely savaged that name. So Hayoti, and we have after that Kristen. If you're here, pop your questions in the chat, please. Hiya, Jothy. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Janavi. I think I still savaged it. Hiya, Jothy. Hiya, Jothy. So, asks, why has Vipul hasn't proposed to me yet? What is his plans about me? Sure thing. Let's have a look at this. Ah, you are, Janavi. Yeah, thank you. A multitasker, certainly. So, Kristen, I already called your name earlier, so it's a bit confusing. There's Kristen Konglar, who is next on the list. So we can add you to the list again, Kristen Aldridge, but you would go to the bottom of the list, and if I've got time, absolutely, I'll still read for you. Okay, so, sorry, let's have a look. Let's have a look at why Vipul hasn't proposed to you yet. What are his plans about you? So, the pull for is currently kind of fixated on some kind of loss or disappointment in their life, okay? So this could be, I don't know if anything's happened between you two, or it can be external circumstances, past connections, or it feels more that it's maybe not even romantically connected, okay? But there's maybe some goal, some plan that they'd been working towards and it didn't work out how they expected. And it's thrown them into this kind of loss and disappointment energy. And they've kind of sunk into it. So you can see how they're fixating on these 3 cups, which represents the loss. And what they're kind of missing, because look, they've got their back turned to, I think this is, you know, the potential for you two and really what's going for them in their life. There can be someone who maybe this is a habit of theirs who, you know, if things don't work out, then they have a tendency to sink into a dark mood. And the advice, they really need to, even though it's difficult, they need to pull themselves out of this and turn it, because they're missing what's going for them, which is this connection, which is next steps for them, other opportunities. So an opportunity being you, but other things that are going in their life. So this is what's causing the delay. So you say he'll be having kind of competitive exam this month. Maybe in his work is involved too. Yeah. So it feels, like I say, not romantic in nature, where the disappointment, or yeah, like you say, maybe if it's stress that they don't feel good enough, so they feel on the back foot about it. Or so work, exams, studies, that kind of energy is consuming them. And I feel like this is what's causing the delay with you. It's almost like the energy isn't there at this time for them to focus on. They really do know, Spirit though always advises with this card, they really do need, obviously you can't influence in this way, but they do need to pull themselves out of this. It's not, this mindset isn't doing them any good. But then, interestingly, I've got the Chariot here for you as well. So I do see forward movement happening. They will come out of this dark mood in a way, and this energy, and shift into, it's almost like they lift their head. They kind of see what they're missing. And then we have the Chariot, where they really begin to take action, move towards you, begin to start making things happen. So just ride this out, okay? There's nothing that you can do. There's no kind of, you haven't done anything wrong. This isn't about their feelings towards you, that they don't, it's almost just a distraction, and it's a timing issue. So you need to just give them time to pull themselves out of this, and then they will move into a Chariot energy, and then things will get on track for you both. Like you say, if his exam is this month, it could come soon after maybe this exam is over. So there's the hope and the positivity in this, okay? They will shift out of this. Okay, so Kristen Konglar next. I can see your question was a bit further back here. Asks, I accidentally called my ex's mom. Oh no. But I cut the call as soon as I realised. I messaged my ex saying I accidentally called her. I want to know what he's feeling right now. Oh dear. Okay, Kristen Congler, this is for you. I bet your heart was racing then, Kristen, hey? I feel like I've done things like that. You're so welcome. Okay, Kristen. Interesting. Four of Cups. They seem kind of closed off to this situation. Four of Cups is someone who is like sulking a little bit. So I don't know if it's like that they were disappointed that you were what I want to say is that they were kind of maybe a little bit disappointed that it was about this, that it was in error. They kind of maybe wished that you had been reaching out to them with intention. Because Four of Cups is kind of like a sulky energy, yeah? You see how this person has their arms crossed. They are focusing on this Three Cups, which represent how things didn't work out, maybe what went wrong between you both. I feel like this is you sort of popping out of the blue, like literally there. See, we've got this blue here, and that's you popping out of the blue, which maybe thought was some kind of offering, but obviously it turns out just to be kind of a mistake. So I think that, obviously I don't know what went down between you two, how things ended. Even if it was them who ended it, this is what's come through, this is what's come up. See how they've got their phone kind of beside them there, sort of tossed to one side. So Kristen, not probably maybe better than what you would, if you had any worries basically or fears. I don't see them taking it in a bad way. The only bad thing is that they'd wished that you had actually been reaching out to them instead of it being a mistake. So I hope that resonated. Hey Maya, sorry about yeah, you've been added to the list. Yeah, Janavi isn't like an official moderator here, guys, as well. She's just doing it as a out of the kindness of her own heart to help me out. So so Victoria Simpson we have next, and then we have Aniket. So yeah, no need to worry there, Kristen. So Victoria Simpson or Aniket? Okay, Victoria asks, so I don't do pregnancy questions, Victoria. So I don't do pregnancy, health or legal. Congratulations though on your twin pregnancy. So are you all right, Victoria, if you want to ask a different question, or if you just want a general message from Spirit? Thank you, Janavi. Sure thing, Victoria. Okay, I'm just going to, because it's quite busy today, I'm just going to close the list now. Obviously, I'll read for everyone who has popped who is on the list. Just so I can get through everyone. Okay, message for Victoria. Please, for anyone new here as well, do consider subscribing, so that you'll be notified for any upload videos that I do, or when I do go live as well. This is a message for Janavi. Says video is a few seconds slower than chat box. Okay, there is something going on with my connection a bit today. I keep getting warnings. Right, I'll just carry on. Hopefully everyone can receive their message. Victoria, general message. Page of Pentacles. This is some kind of opportunity that is already in your grasp, okay, Victoria? I feel like it's already manifested, come into your life. And the Page of Pentacles is like at that stage, because Page, if you think a Page is quite young, it doesn't have to obviously be an age. This is more about your energy in relation to a situation. So it's something relatively new. And it's really getting to grips with the situation. So obviously I don't read for pregnancy, but if this is a new journey for you, it can be about that, okay? Because it's coming from an energetic point. Obviously I'm not reading this in connection to health, but it's like getting to grips with all the knowledge, almost getting to grips with the reality of this situation as well. And the Page of Pentacles has a very gentle energy, and it's about taking your time and being patient. Patience is, I heard someone say, which I've repeated a few times now, but patience is a strategy. And it's often in this world that we live in, patience is very underrated. Yeah. And with the Page of Pentacles, like the better results that you'll have, whatever you think this tangible thing is, be it career, be it work, be it your pregnancy, okay? It's at that stage of really getting to grips with it, beginning to really understand it. And really to take like a patient approach with yourself as well. So to not put too much pressure on yourself, to really give yourself the time to truly understand this. And you are making progress every day just by sort of showing up consistently and energetically. You are making the progress that you need to. So don't ever feel like you're not doing as well as you should, or getting to grips with what you should. Victoria says, I was definitely overwhelmed myself for a little while. Absolutely, yeah. So this is a really loving message for you, Victoria, I think, to say that you are never, like, you are doing better than maybe that you think or feel. You're exactly on track to You're exactly on track to where you need to be, and don't try to jump from A to G, you know. And it's okay to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know, to take it step by step. Don't know if you can hear, but there's some kind of fire alarm going off at the minute. If you just bear with me. I'm back, guys. I'm so sorry. Fire alarm was just going off randomly for no reason. Of course, great timing. So I'm sorry about that. Okay. You're welcome, Victoria. Yes, no wonder you're freaking out with twins. Okay, so we are Annika, yes. I think you said that you want to change your question, so I'll just hang fire. Janelle says, I hope your cats are not behind it. Exactly, you know them too well, Genevieve, already. They were actually all gathering to check what all the drama was about. So Annika asks, how will my work-related trip with my manager go? Ooh, that sounds intense. I wouldn't like to go on a trip with my manager. Sorry. Let's have a look how it will go, Annika. Nerve-wracking, I imagine. Or maybe you've got a good relationship with your manager, I don't know. Oh no, you said, I just thought earlier, you had an argument today with your manager. Oh, an HR had warned me. Oh no, stressful. Okay, let's have a look. toxic manager. Yep. I've been there, Aniket. It's really tricky. Are you looking at new jobs? Are you looking at a way out? Let's see what this trip's going to bring. Okay, well actually moving into calmer waters from this trip, okay? Six of Swords is moving out of choppy waters into calmer waters. So I don't see drama on this trip, which is a good thing, okay? Now with the Six of Swords message, it also brings about just really needing to leave what's happened in the past, if possible. Obviously, I know that you probably won't forget what's happened. You've signed a bond with the firm, okay? So you're kind of locked into this at the minute. Good news, though, being that this trip, like I say, won't bring more drama or difficulties. It does bring the message about, because Swords is connected to our thinking and our communication. So that is the part of this message, Aniket, if possible, to just leave that in the past. And maybe there's a lesson being learned here for you in how you can communicate with your manager, okay? And what they're not open to. Obviously, if they're toxic and they're not probably open to having an honest conversation, so then not to lead with that, okay? So you say, I'm totally going to ignore him. So I wouldn't bring animosity into it. If possible, if you can just hold like a neutral stance, to be superficially, you know, to be obviously professional and to be superficially friendly. It's that kind of energy that needs to be brought here. You've maybe learned the hard way that you can't have an honest conversation with this person, and they've proved themselves to be toxic to you. And in order to protect yourself, stay in that neutral space, Aniket. Exactly, like Janavi is saying here. So rather than ignore, which feels kind of, there's still some resentment there. There is an element of needing in these corporate situations, unfortunately, needing to play the game as best as we can. Because you are in this the hanged one or the hanged man card, which is at the bottom, which is you being kind of stuck, locked into this position at the minute. So it's about needing to gain a different perspective. So think of it as self-preservation, Aniket. You're not being pleasant to him or her. You're not being pleasant to them for their benefit. You're doing it for your benefit, okay? Because you don't want any more heat from this situation. So leave the animosity. Obviously, you will never forget what's gone down. You know who this person is. But in order to move into calmer waters, you need to just forget about it. But by playing the game, you really are looking after yourself. Janavi says, just pretend they don't exist and doesn't affect you. Most of them go through this process. Yeah, I feel like we've all dealt with the toxic manager at some point. Unfortunately, you do have to just schmooze these people as best as we can. Right, I'll move on. I'm sorry if you can hear this alarm is going off again. I'm just going to ignore it now. I'm sorry if it's if you can hear it. Let me know if you can. So we have Prairie next. If you're still here, my love. We have Prairie, and then we have Andrea. I know there might be a bit of delay on the chat and the video, so I'll just hang fire. You're welcome, Annika. Hey Melissa, I'm sorry, yeah, the list is closed for today, but please do consider subscribing. I go live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, so if you're able to join us then, and you'll just be notified of the time. No problem, Melissa. So I'm not sure if either of these people are here. So we have Prairie, Andrea, I'm not sure if you're Izzy, Nettie. Oh, Andrea, awesome. Hey, Andrea. So Andrea asks, does Carlos, the Leo, have any messages for me about our relationship? So Andrea, are you in a love relationship? Just if you want to give me as much context, whatever you feel comfortable sharing. But if you're in a friendship, hoping to be more, or in a love relationship. So Andrew says yes, but we live in different states. Alright, okay, tricky. So let's see what his thoughts and feelings are about this connection, Andrea. I'm going to take that popped out. Did you say it was a Leo? It was interesting because this is his energy. He is this Leo here, and this is you that have appeared in this strength card, Andrea. You say we've known each other for years. He started out as a friend of the family. Okay. So this connection, so this is the card Strength. Obviously, it's a major arcana, but really the message that I get from this is that they do feel a very strong connection to you. Okay. I feel like that they rely on you quite a lot, and that you represent, they see you as a strong character as well, but a strong support system. And they feel very affectionately about you, okay? Contemplating the future, I think maybe you're both in that place of exactly how will this pan out, and not quite knowing the steps to take. I feel like that you both want a future here in this connection. You're both looking in the same direction, looking to the future, almost from their energy as well, like with a little concern because they don't want to lose you, is what I feel like. They don't want to lose you. They want to have you in their future, but they're not quite sure of how this jigsaw will piece together. So this really gives us a snapshot of their, you know, another question would be, what does the future hold? That hasn't really brought through to us yet, but the question being, how do they feel about this connection and what do they want? I feel like that they are on the same page as you, and that you both want a future, but what's missing is the practical steps, really, the moves about really, I suppose, needing to move closer together. Who's going to make that move? Practically, what would that look like? How would that happen? So you're almost at an impasse or in limbo at the minute. Now, interestingly, at the bottom of the deck, though, we do have 8 of Wands, which is the opposite to this more kind of contemplative still energy. This is very fast moving energy. So this is positive in the sense that I do see a shift, and I do see them making moves, stronger moves towards you, and there being a shift energetically, and them kind of getting to that point where they go, well, you know, something has to be done here. We have to move this forward. I want to move this forward to the next stage. And they begin, their energy starts moving forward, and they become more action orientated. Wands is ruled by the element of fire and is about action and forward motion and really making steps to try and make this happen, Andrea. So a couple of messages there for you. So thank you, Janavi, for the updated list. Izzy, are you here? I don't think you are. Thanks, Nettie. I see that you're here. Hey, Jolie. The list is closed for today. I came on a bit earlier at 11:30, so I tend to do an hour and a half. Obviously, I'm going to kind of run over a bit as it is. But I think you're already subscribed, Jolie, but please do, and hopefully I can catch you on Friday. I don't think Izzy is here, so Nettie, if you want to post your question. And then we have Kratty, is it? Kratty? There's a bit of, the connection isn't great today, so I'll just hang fire and be patient. Nettie asked for a general reading. Oh, I've just dropped a card. Message for Nettie, please. Ace of Wands. Some kind of offering coming through to you, Nettie. So you may already know that what this is, or it can be coming through in the near future. I always, whenever I see this card, I always hear the expression, so grasping the nettle. There is an opportunity that will be coming through to you, okay? And I feel like there may be some kind of uncertainty if to take it or not, Nettie. And Spirit says, no, is really encouraging you to go for this. And to, Wands, again, is, like I've mentioned before, is about action. So it's really about making your own luck, making your own, creating your own opportunities in a way. So it's like making the most of this opportunity that maybe to you or at first doesn't seem to be that spectacular or have that much potential, but it's misleading, okay, because it really does. It's connected to your dreams. We have this sort of cloud energy here which represents your dreams. The wands being, look at this growth that can come from this, okay? So really make the most of this when it comes through to it. You know, any opportunity that comes our way, but this feels very specific. It's connected as well to your heart's desires, something that you feel passionate about. So it's in that area. It's not something necessarily practical or something. It's more connected to your bigger dreams. Be this, it can be relationships, or it can be things that we feel passionate about. You know, our own business, side projects, or, you know, whatever, take what resonates, whatever it is that kind of gets you fired up, that you feel is connected to heart's desires and passions. Yeah, really grasp this opportunity and capitalize on it. It may have arrived already or may be coming in the near future. So I don't think Krati is here. So Nat, if you want to pop your question in the chat, please. And then it will be Maya. Yeah, sorry, Jolie. Hopefully catch you next time. Please do join us on Friday. For anyone interested as well, December readings are up, and also messages from Spirit. Pick a card reading is up now as well, so please do check them out. So Nat asked for a general message. What does Nat need to hear right now, please, Spirit? So Nat, Major Arcana, Hermit Mode. I feel like we've had this card for you before, or sort of with a similar energy anyway. In a period of, so the Hermit is being in a period of solitude, okay? Kind of closing, shutting people out even maybe a little bit. Carving out some time alone, because there's some contemplation to be had, okay? The Hermit card, Nat says, really enjoy the Virgo read. You're welcome. Yeah, you're the Hermit, and that's Virgo is also rules the Hermit card as well. But I feel like there's some deeper reason and deeper meaning of this Hermit energy, Nat, about you trying to come to some conclusion, gain some insight here. Let me know if this resonates for you, okay? About a situation or about your next move. Or if you're not already doing that, then that's the message that when you're really in Hermit mode, when you find yourself retreating, make sure that you are using it for that, and not just, I suppose the negative side of Hermit is just shutting people out and just being completely self-sufficient. So there's two sides to this coin, yeah, that the Hermit can become. There's a difference between sort of chosen solitude and using that, or isolation, which has a different, obviously, feel to it and a different meaning to it. And isolating yourself is for, Virgos, I feel like I'm a Virgo, and being Hermit, have a tendency to do that, and it's not good for us to isolate ourselves, to cut ourselves off and feel like we are alone. So just think on that. If you are Hermit mode, if this is productive, if this is gaining insight, protecting your energy, shutting out voices that don't need to be heard, you know, people having their say on a situation, or if you're in isolation mode, which then I would recommend pushing against more, okay? Trying to resist that urge to sink into retreating. Okay, and Maya asks, or Maureen asks, how does my boyfriend Samuel feels for making me feel jealous intentionally yesterday? Does he notice I took distance from him? Let's see. You're welcome, Nat Nat. Let's have a look at Samuel's energy about this situation. So I think Maureen, like he knows what he's doing. But this Five of Swords, it's a card of conflict, yeah. And I mean, Five of Swords, it can be quite wounding, okay, when someone has been quite mean-spirited, really, in his actions, and kind of aware that he maybe like lashed out in his actions. That was what was behind this. I can't see, or you may know kind of what drove him to do that. This may be just something about his character that he does, fueled by his own insecurities, okay, Maureen, fueled by his own insecurities, that he'll lash out and in turn try to make you feel insecure. So this is, you know, not very nice, is it, to be in a connection with someone that can be like this. So he knows that he's hurt you. He can see that you've backed off. But, you know, there's some kind of, there was an intention, yeah, to do this. Yeah. So he does, Maureen. Can you see how this is, I feel like your energy, you're back to him. He's noticed, he can see. So he knows that you've reacted in that way to shut him out. He knows that he's hurt you as well. He knows that you've reacted. So, I mean, that answers your question. I don't think he enjoys that you took distance. I think he enjoys the making you jealous part of doing it. He's someone who, like I say, has insecurities and there's an immaturity here, or there's a mean-spiritedness here, okay, Maureen? You must already know this about him. And there's two choices, okay? Number one, do you want this kind of person in your life who would lash out in this way? Or in a second message, if you feel tied to this person and you're not able to free yourself of this person, then I would say try not to give them the satisfaction of a reaction. Okay? That would be my advice with this kind of character. They want a reaction, okay? They want to hurt you through their own insecurity. Okay, sure thing. So you know this about them, their immaturity, and you say, I will break up, taking distance slowly. Sure thing. Yeah, I do see a meanness of spirit here that is, and you know, if you have to be so defended with someone as well, in a love connection, you know, how if you have to close your heart in order to protect yourself from someone that you're meant to be in a love connection with, it's just, you know, it's not a good place to be, is it? But I hope that brought you some clarity, Maureen. Thanks for your patience. Last but not least there, Maureen. Or actually, I think we've got one more if they're still here. Is it Prina? If you're still here. Maureen says, yes, I'm not reacting because I will break up. Better to get to know how he is. Absolutely, unicorn. You can be in a connection but still feel alone. Yeah, I think so too, Janavi. So I'll end the live there, guys. Thank you all so much for joining. Please join me again on Friday. Thank you, Janavi. Oh, thank you also for the pronunciation. Prayerna. Is I'm assuming English is your second language, Janavi. How is your English? Is tip top? How is it so fluent? You're welcome, Jean. You're welcome, Maureen. But in the meantime, yeah, so I'll be back on Friday, but do check out the December readings, all star signs, and the pick a card readings as well that will be going up over the next few days. Janavi says, Britishers made us learn English, old times, yeah. Some dark history there from us British people, definitely. But yes, you were like, probably speak better English than me. But thank you so much again. Whole of India knows English, yeah. Office, school, college, we all speak. Oh, we all speak. I didn't know that you only speak English there. I see. I didn't actually know that, so thank you. Hence why you're so fluent. Right. Thank you so much, Janavi, anyway, as well, for being unofficial or official now, moderator, translator, etc. But wishing you all love and light, and I will see you again Friday. Take care until then. Blessings. Janavi says we know at least 3 languages. Yeah, the language here in the UK is like taught very badly in schools. I wish that was different, that we know there's, you know, it's not common for, you probably know this, but it's not common for English people up in the UK to know a second language. It's, yeah, it's taught very bad, my experience anyway, taught very badly in schools. You too, Jean, you have a great week. Okay, I'll stop rambling on now, but love and light. Thank you so much. Take care, Janavi. Take care, Jean, everyone who's still here. Love and light to you all, and I hope to see you Friday.